Well, let's start first of all with the Detroit Lions, Dallas Cowboys. We keep challenging Detroit. How good are they really? Well, they keep answering the question. They got 10 wins this season. Big challenge. They got to play the Cowboys. Detroit is averaging, this is hard to believe, that a team run by Jared Goff would be averaging 394 yards a game.
Wow.
I mean, the statistics are amazing. So you got Goff, you got St. Moore, the wide receiver. They got two running backs that are hot. Gibbs has just had a splashy rookie season. David Montgomery's been just trustworthy as a power guy inside. Their defense goes after your quarterback. So you got all that. Detroit going for their 11th win. The Cowboys have had a good season, but they've lost two in a row. They've cooled down just a bit. Dak Prescott, 104 quarterback rating. He's got 30 touchdowns and only 7 interceptions. CeeDee Lamb has had a superstar breakout season. 109 catches, 13 yards per catch for number 88. And Tony Pollard, the guy that replaced Zeke Elliott, he's got 1,171 all-purpose yards, and he's gotten through the whole season without an injury. So you got Detroit against the Dallas Cowboys. You got Kansas City against Cincinnati. And Jake Browning, the backup quarterback, journeyman backup quarterback, he's had his 15 minutes of fame. I wonder if he's going to bounce back against the Chiefs. His last couple of games, he looks like a deer in headlights, kind of panicked. 8 touchdowns, 6 picks, 2 fumbles, a lot of mistakes. He's starting to make mistakes that backup quarterbacks normally start to make when defenses get video on them and start to figure out what they can't do. The Chiefs are obviously in a fury over all this poor play offensively. Will Kansas City come together, or is there an ambush waiting? Will Cincinnati beat the Chiefs? Raiders, Colts. What a job Antonio Pierce has gotten these guys to do. Play hard all the time. I mean, defensively, they're just causing a lot of chaos out there because they're pressuring the quarterback, and they've gotten much more physical in the secondary. But how in the world do you win games when your offense is averaging 279 yards per game?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Raiders are doing offensively with a backup quarterback, Aiden O'Connell. They're converting only 34% of your third downs. Absolute misery in that department. They've scored only 31 touchdowns this season in 15 games. But yet the Raiders are hanging in there for Antonio Pierce. The Colts, they're still in the wild card race. They're up, they're down. Gardner Minshew, the gunslinger, he throws touchdown passes, he throws interceptions, he takes sacks, he drops the football and fumbles. Colts desperately need a win. If the Raiders win this, that'd be 5-3 for Antonio Pierce as the interim guy. So maybe Mark Davis has to give him the job because the players have already said we want Pierce to be given the full-time position. And then we got the game of the weekend. And we've had games of the weekend every week, like for the last month. We had so many great matchups. You got Miami, you got Baltimore, you got the MVP showdown. Tua versus Lamar. Dolphins have won 5 of their last 6. Baltimore is 11-1 since October.
Really?
Think about that.
Wow.
Miami's offense, 491 yards per game. They got Tyreek. He's still doing dazzling things. They got the two-headed monster at running back. They're throwing to the tight ends. Now, they don't have Jalen Waddle. The wide receiver is averaging 13 per game. He's out with a real high ankle sprain. But what a season Tua has had. Tagovailoa, 4,200 plus yards, 26 touchdowns. Got a quarterback rating of 105.
Whoa.
Back in August, when you and I were first broaching the start of the season coming out of camp, question was, would he stay healthy? Could he stay on the field? Did he learn a lot from being hurt? Boy, I guess he has. What a phenomenal season for him. Lamar Jackson, MVP candidate, 4,100, 43 all-purpose yards. First time ever. He's got wide receivers and running backs around him, but he creates chaotic plays and executes them. He's having a dazzling season. And then there's the Baltimore defense. 297 yards per game, 54 sacks, 35% on third down conversions. They just are relentless. They just change your whole playbook because they don't let you put drives together. So it's going to be a fun game, Miami-Baltimore. So, John, you got a lot here to talk about. Do you believe in the Lions or do you believe the Cowboys can come back? What do you think about the controversy Cincinnati, Kansas City? Are they playing for Antonio Pierce in Las Vegas And I got Miami and Baltimore. The table is yours.
The table is mine. First of all, I'm loving the Raiders rallying behind Antonio Pierce. And they're doing it kind of in a clunky style with not really good offense, but they're winning games. And I love it. And I love everything about Antonio Pierce because he's an LA guy, and I think he was from like South Central, and he's really embraced the whole LA Raider culture. So he gets it, so it's nice to see the Raiders rising again. Love the drama with the Chiefs, and who's in the skybox with Taylor and all of that. It's just fun watching. And my wife likes watching the games when the Chiefs are playing. I'm all in on the Lions. I would love to see the Lions become the new America's team and displace the Cowboys. But that game will be in Dallas, right? So that'll be a tough go. And then the other game, the Ravens just put a can of whoop ass on my Niners last weekend. They're going to be tough to beat, but Tua is a fun story. He's a good guy to root for. So my heart is going to be with the Dolphins, but my brain is with the Ravens this weekend.
Okay, you're an NFL fan. Just pick them, pal. Give us your spin on this Miami game coming up with the Baltimore Ravens. So we go from all things football